What he is going to be is the host of a TV series in which former celebrities are mean to each other.
Relive the rise of Donald Trump.
But now Mr. Trump is apparently launching a campaign to not just meet, but to actually become president of the United States.
This is a compilation from an account called Mike Milano. I'm going to cut some parts out and add some parts as I see fit. Mike Milano's compilation focuses on MSNBC clips, but I'll include clips also from all over. It starts in 2015. Enjoy.
And Republican voters apparently don't mind the idea too terribly much.
Real quick, I can't verify that these dates are correct. I think this would have been that guy named Mike, but you can see these dates in the corner. So apparently this is June 2015, I think.
And I do not understand to think about that. I do not understand how to think about it. I do not understand what it means. I don't even understand whether or not this is politics. I just feel like I don't honestly know if this is just a celebrity reality TV thing that I don't get. Is this real politics? He kind of polls well.
He does. Even before this, by the way, there were some polls and there was always kind of a buzz around Trump getting into politics.
What happened is previously, like 3 years, 4 years before that, they did a poll. They had Mitt Romney, and somehow they put me in a poll, and I blew everybody away. I blew him away, which isn't that hard, frankly, but I blew everybody away, and I said, that's interesting, because I never really gave it that much real thought. I thought about it, but never real thought. But I saw these polls were very good.
I mean, some of this would be before my time. I was like a teenager when there was some buzz around Trump one day getting into politics.
I'm a registered Republican. I'm a pretty conservative guy. I'm somewhat liberal on social issues, especially health care, etc. But I'd be leaving another party, and I've been close to that party.
Why would you leave the Republican Party?
I think that nobody's really hitting it right. The Democrats are too far left, the Republicans are too far right, and I don't think anybody's hitting the chord. Not the chord that I want to hear, and not the chord that other people want to hear, and I've seen it. Plus, I think there's a great lack of spirit in this country.
He's definitely had his hat somewhat in there for 30 years, maybe. Like, he's commented on politics throughout his life, for sure.
Fox has said they're only going to put 10 of these guys on at once. At least if it happened anytime soon, by my count, Trump would definitely be on the stage, and that would mean that somebody else who might be seen as a more serious candidate, a John Kasich, or even...
This is so hilarious to look back on, that at that point, that was what they were discussing. Trump might bump out one of the 10 Republican candidates for the nomination back in 2016 and basically take some of the debate stage time away. Wow, the world changed quickly.
Safe to say it was the Donald Trump show tonight, for better or for worse. At the first Republican debate held in Cleveland, it was at times easy to forget that there were 9 other candidates on the stage.
Is there anyone on stage, and can I see hands, who is unwilling tonight to pledge your support to the eventual nominee of the Republican Party and pledge to not run an independent campaign against that person? Mr. Trump.
And a Rick Perry or a Rick Santorum isn't going to be there because Trump is. There's actual confusion that I just can't see it. Like, what I'm worried about is that I'm being taken for a ride.
That is amazing. And of course, I'm not going to, maybe throughout the video I'll show a little bit, but those 2016 debates, probably the best thing on the internet still. I don't know. Like, let me know in the comments. Do you think anything tops the 2016 debates? I don't. Even the other debates with Trump.
I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. That he's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8.
Never.
But I have, you know how many...
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Let's
not act like children.
President Trump.
They are not nearly as entertaining as the 2016 debates.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
Like, you asked me a question when you were moderating the debate for Fox. that, frankly, if I didn't come up with the answer only Rosie O'Donnell, I would have had a problem with that. That was a bad question.
That was a great question.
No, it was a nasty
was
question.
awesome.
You know, there are questions that are, it's not that they're not answerable, but no matter, if you're Winston Churchill, he was very good at the
You handled it well. Your poll numbers went up.
I'm not
Let's
saying
move
that.
past
Yeah, I
it.
got a little bit lucky. I came up with a good answer, but
Is something about a TV show that I don't watch, you know?
Rach, my friend, he's taken us. They like him on the way up. They're going to like him on the way down. Look how the press is going after Christie. Christie's always been good.
The way down. I mean, that has not happened yet. I mean, I guess in 2020 or 2021, Biden was president, but I mean, there hasn't been a way down yet. Trump's been in the conversation ever since this moment, and he's the president again.
And good or bad, whether the story's good or bad, Governor Christie's always going to be good copy, and so is Donald Trump. And that's the risk he's taking when he goes and puts his head into that noose and says, I am a candidate for president of the United States, that changes the rules of coverage. You're no longer covered as a colorful American comic figure. You're covered with the scrutiny and into sometimes the really toughness of politics. And that could be tough for him.
Chris Matthews.
He may really regret doing this. I don't know. He may well regret.
I mean, I doubt he regrets it. He won the presidency 2 times. But his point, though, that when you do throw your hat in the ring for president, you do get scrutinized.
I'd like to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg.
Nobody has been scrutinized, maybe in history, literally, more than Trump. Certainly not in the internet era.
Can I give you a prediction?
Yeah.
It still looks like Hillary's the next president.
You think so?
Yeah, it still looks like that.
Oh, let's
Is
keep
that
talking
bold
about it
enough?
all year.
I don't think it's bold at all.
Dana, you wanted to be precise, so go ahead.
That's right. CNN can report that Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
Tomorrow's big announcement will be from the man who announces his announcements this way.
June 16th at Trump Tower, 11 o'clock, major announcement. Let's see what happens. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., let's make America great again. We're going to have a fantastic time. Stay tuned on all social media. We're going to be all over the place. Everybody wants to watch Make America Great Again.
I think, by the way, that's the same desk.
Everybody wants
that he made that famous post about the tacos that triggered a bunch of liberals, that the best taco bowls, I believe, are in Trump Tower.
Happy #Cinco de Mayo. The best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower Grill. I love Hispanics. Trump declared as he tweeted out the photo. Twitter had a field day with Trump's latest antics, with journalists and Democrats piling on to his latest controversy. Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton was one of the first to roast the mogul.
Let's see now what Lawrence O'Donnell has to say.
Now, you may have noticed that I have not yet included Donald Trump in our coverage of the Republican presidential campaign this season, and that is because he is obviously never going to be president.
Wins Wisconsin, surpassing the 270 electoral votes he would need to take the presidency.
He is obviously never going to be the Republican nominee for president.
Super Tuesday 2016 is in the history books, and it was a huge night for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
And he is obviously...
How about twice? How about the nominee, of course, twice? The president, twice.
Never going to be a candidate for president. What he is going to be is the host of a TV series in which former celebrities are mean to each other. The same job he has held throughout the Obama presidency. Donald Trump is going to announce tomorrow that he is thinking about running for president.
This time, it's for real. Donald Trump is running for president.
I am officially running for president of the United States.
Trump was introduced by his daughter Ivanka and made his entrance by coming down the escalator at Trump Tower with his wife Melania.
We need somebody that literally will take this country and make it great again.
This clip probably could have its own video. Maybe I'll do that sometime and just...
And everyone who's been tricked into thinking he was going to announce something else will realize this is the 2015 version of the game Donald Trump enjoys playing during election seasons. And by the time they're counting the votes in the New Hampshire,
Trump kind of has teased this in the past. He did a speech, I believe. He's done quite a few, 2000. He talked about this a little bit, actually, on that recent Rogan interview just before the election.
But you were a Democrat until like what year?
I was a Democrat. I could get you the exact, but the early 90s, I switched over eventually. Actually, they had a reform party. I was thinking about doing that for a little while, but then fortunately I didn't because it's very hard. You know, it's a two-party system.
Next, New York business developer Donald Trump. In his first speech since announcing his Reform Party Exploratory Committee, the possible presidential candidate spoke to the Cuban-American National Foundation in Miami.
Hampshire primary, Donald Trump will be back doing what he does best.
Gary, you're fired.
Maria Teresa, he is never going to file candidacy papers, and he's never going to make it to a debate stage.
If he builds the wall the way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second...
So cute. Such a cute soundbite.
And I'm not sure when everyone else is going to give up on this, but it's always fun. He makes it fun. I got to give him that.
We cannot elect somebody that doesn't know how to do the job. This is the man that was a managing general partner at Lehman Brothers when it went down the tubes and almost took every one of us with us, including Ben and myself. He was such a nice guy. And he said, oh, I'm never going to attack. But then his poll numbers tanked. That's why he's on the end. And he got nasty. So you know what? You can have him.
Well, I have never been wrong about Donald Trump, the politician. So my perfect record on Donald Trump, the politician, I think will be intact at this hour tomorrow night.
Wrong.
You're doubling down, Lawrence? You're doubling down?
Let's move on to the real candidates who actually will be on the debate stage, like Jeb Bush. All right, we're going to take a break here.
The doubling down is amazing. Just so many times. I'm sure of it. Oh, that's kind of an interesting. If I remove my face there, there's Marco Rubio with Jeb Bush.
According to to what you said on one of the talk shows, you got Hillary Clinton to go to your wedding because you gave her money. Maybe it works for Hillary Clinton. It doesn't work for anybody on this stage.
I was a businessman. I got along with Clinton. I got along with everybody. Yeah. That was my job, to get along with people.
But the simple fact is...
Excuse me, 1 second.
No.
I didn't want to...
Donald, you cannot take...
More energy tonight. I like that. Look.
I was asked the question.
I didn't want...
The Secretary of State. Kind of interesting.
But as we go, I just want to put up one graphic of the most important poll facing the non-candidate.
I mean, they're both politicians out of Florida. I don't even know what that event was. It's probably something to do with that. This is very interesting. Fox News poll would never vote for among likely Republican primary voters. And you have one guy beating everybody by a ton, Trump.
Donald Trump, who will never be a candidate. And that is that question to voters, Republican primary voters, who would you never vote for? Never, 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 ever vote for. 59% would never, ever, ever vote for Donald Trump.
I mean, never say never is like a pretty appropriate thing to say there, I think. Obviously, a bunch of those people polled, or people like them, changed their mind because, of course, Trump needed to get votes from somewhere.
He will get in those debates. They have clear thresholds of support in the polls. And although he's not very high in the polls right now, he's unquestionably going to go up considerably in the polls. I don't think enough to actually, win primaries, much less the nomination. But
ooh, he won primaries. That's for sure.
We are coming on the air now with breaking news in the race for the White House on a night that could send this campaign into uncharted waters. 5 contests today, some of the biggest states so far: Illinois, Missouri, North Carolina, Ohio, and Florida, where the polls have just closed, and ABC News can project the winners. For the Republicans, another big win for Donald Trump over Marco Rubio in that senator's home state. Rubio will now drop out of the race.
And I want to I think he'll go down as the greatest Secretary of State in the history of our country. I really believe that, Marco, or I wouldn't say it. Marco Rubio, I wouldn't say it. Maybe I would. You're doing a great job. I'll tell you, he's on course to do it. We've done a lot of work in 9 months.
Overshadow the main act. He's a sideshow who threatens to swallow the Republican Party. And by the way, if Trump gets enough support in the Republican primaries but doesn't win the nomination, which he's not going to.
This evening, his last opponent dropped out, ensuring that Donald Trump will be the party's first nominee since Eisenhower to run with no political experience.
Don't rule out him staying in and continuing to run for president after the nominating conventions. But Trump says we're getting beaten by Mexico. I mean, that's just preposterous, you know, and so there's a level of demagoguery here, which is amusing as long as he's not actually kind of bending our political process. But what happened today suggests...
He did more than bend it. I mean, it's pretty inarguable at this point. He totally changed the course of American and world history. I mean, MAGA, his policies in the 2016 election, if he did not insert himself into the race, it probably would have just been a regular, quote-unquote, Republican versus Clinton.
That he's moving from being, you know, a source of humor into something that is potentially a little more worrisome.
You saw it right here on the Ed Show, fellas. You were here. I hired him as a candidate. I think he's ready to go. Great to have you with us, Jonathan Alter, Matt Schlapp. Thanks for joining us tonight.
And so, as the ugliest presidential campaign in the television age draws to a close tonight, much of America is gripped in fear.
So you can see on the screen there, it said a year later. I guess this is November 7, 2016. Again, those dates, I'm just taking the person that made this initial montage's word for that, I guess.
Here that the presidency will be handed over to ignorance, incompetence, and bigotry. But the latest polls indicate that if everyone who intends to vote tomorrow does...
You know what, though? This is November 7, 2016. So that was the montage. It really jumped from June 16, 2015 to November 7, 2016.
Competence and bigotry. But the latest polls indicate that if everyone who intends to vote tomorrow does vote tomorrow, America should have nothing to fear. Donald Trump has taken this country to the brink, and tomorrow voters are likely to take it back. We have one...
Oh, really?
Because we don't care. Oh, okay, have Kentucky. Who cares?
Kentucky.
Don't care about Indiana. Don't care.
Indiana, with West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas, Nebraska, and Wyoming with its vote, North Dakota and South Dakota, Texas.
Up and down the middle of the country, all red.
Anna Marie, so America has nothing to fear, according to every electoral college projection, including the one today on Fox News, which has Hillary Clinton at 274.
Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri.
It was at 80% an hour ago for Clinton. What is it now? 68%. Okay, God damn it, I'm nervous.
Right. Well, we don't have maybe to fear a Trump presidency. I mean, there's still a lot to fear.
One day before the election.
Ohio.
Hold. Ohio, John.
Idaho.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see a fucking landslide here. I don't see it at all.
North Carolina.
I think now my biggest fear is that people, if Trump is defeated, will all wipe our brows and sigh and just move on and think that that's going to be it.
God damn it! If we need Florida, are you shitting me?
Florida.
It is fucking panic time.
Georgia.
Donald Trump now the favorite to win the presidency.
Iowa.
New York Times now has it at 95% chance.
Utah.
Can still win, but in order to do so, she has to win Wisconsin. God damn it. Fuck.
Arizona.
Alaska.
Pennsylvania.
Michigan.
What a night.